really off to circus camp. I went last summer when I was 7. For 10 days, we learned how to do things that I'd never done before. Then, at the end of camp, we put on a big show. It was so fun, I came back this year. Taiko. Our first class of the day is Taiko, great drum in Japanese. We wheel out 13 large wooden drums to the center of the marley. That's the type of floor we work on. Almost everything we do takes place on the marley. With 2 or 3 kids to a drum, we do a drum roll with the tips of our index fingers, pretending they're drumsticks. Next, one of our teachers hands out the real bachi, the straight wooden sticks used to play taiko drums. When our teacher gives the command, "Hai!" we beat our drums in unison. 13 big drums with 30 drummers beating on them make a mighty sound. At the end of class, we bow to our teacher. Then it's on to something completely different. Aerial silks. Aerial means in the air, and during silks class, that's where we spend our time. The silks are pieces of strong black fabric that hang from the ceiling of the gym, about 20 feet high, down to the marley. Some kids, like me, can climb to the top of the silks. That's fun, but what we're learning to do is not just climb the silks, but also hang from them. There are lots of different ways to hang, by our feet, by our arms, but they all involve locking the silk around some part of our bodies. Once the silk is locked, it will hold us safely, whether we're 20 feet or 2 feet off the ground. Stilts. After lunch, we all put on our stilts. Some stilts you just hop onto, but ours have shoes bolted onto them. Last year, I bought my stilt shoes at a thrift store. This year, since I'd outgrown them, we put my friend's old stilt shoes, which she'd outgrown, on my stilts. Some kids have trouble stilting at first. I did. Those kids need a stilt partner or one of the teachers to keep them steady. They also have the towers to help them. Soon, they'll be able to walk between the 2 towers. Finally, when they're ready, they can join the rest of us on the marley. I really do feel like a giraffe, says Michaela, who just learned to stilt this summer. We practice walking sideways on our stilts for the recital on Saturday night. Stilts are fun, but they're tricky when you need to go to the bathroom. Clowning. It's time for one of my favorite classes, clowning. Our teachers dump out a huge pile of costumes on the marley. Wigs, hats, life jackets, lampshades, wings, bee suits, bow ties. We swarm around the pile, grabbing whatever looks good today. Once we're in costume, we each find a place in front of the wall of mirrors to watch ourselves. Everyone strikes a clown pose and considers their clown character. What does this clown love more than anything? What does this clown hate? How does this clown greet people? We walk around the room as the clowns we've created. Although I'm shy in real life, my clown shakes every hand she can. "Very nice to meet you," she cries. Tightrope and poi. One by one, we set out across the tightrope. It's only a foot off the floor, but that's okay. None of us can walk very far on our own yet. Other kids are working on their poi